Okay everyone, it is time to change the fuel filter on my 2014 Chevy Cruze Diesel. You can see here the old filter is pretty gummed up. I did that at 5,000 miles when I bought the car, and it's now at 70, and you can see the difference. The car is saying 6% life remaining on the fuel filter, and it looks like maybe I could have done that even a little sooner. So the way you get to this is it's in front of the right rear wheel, and there's a panel that you can see on the ground there that it's behind. So you get under here, and there are these white nuts that you can see. They hook onto these studs, and they're going to be holding that panel up. They're 10 millimeter. Just gently take them off. You don't need to go crazy on them. I broke one of them in a previous life putting it back on, so just be gentle with those. Once you take it off, you'll see I've already taken the housing off, but that is where that housing will be sitting. And you see at the bottom of it there's a nut. That's a 36 millimeter nut, and so I went to Lowe's and got this 36 millimeter socket. The first time I changed it at 5,000 miles, just a pair of channel locks would break it loose, but at this point it was not coming off without some force. So I used a 36 millimeter socket and a nice big long breaker bar, and what you're going to do is just turn gently, because you can see up in there the housing is just held on with a plastic clip to the fuel tank. So if you start yanking on this or pulling, you're going to easily snap that off or even pop the housing out of its seat, and you need to reseat it. So take your breaker bar, just gently turn, that'll come loose, and once you have it off, fuel's gonna flow. I had a bucket here to catch it. There is a drain on the bottom of it. I think it's a 15 millimeter socket on the bottom of the housing. You can try to drain it out. I did that for a while and finally gave up and just opened the housing off, dumped the fuel out in this bucket, and I will throw this away. This is not fit to go back in the car. There are two gaskets. You can see one there. It's small and blue, and there's one on the housing here. What you need to do is replace both of those and install your new filter, and do reverse steps and put it back on the car. Here's your part number on this filter. It looks like we're looking at 135-39107. That's the GM one. For some reason, this might be an older part. The box has a different part number, 135-39108. So there's your part numbers. Last thing is probably if you start the car, you notice some loss of torque or power issues, you might need to bleed the system. And like I said, there's that bolt there on the bottom, or nut there on the bottom. Start the car and open that a couple times and let the air out of the system, and reset your fuel filter gauge in the car, and you should be good to go. When you put this thing back on, it's only 18 foot-pounds. Don't go crazy on it. Just lightly snug it on there so that the next time you have to do this, you don't have the same problem. And at that point, you should have your fuel filter good to go for another 60,000-70,000 miles. If this video helped, I would really appreciate liking and subscribing. Your feedback in the comments, I always respond. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.